Hey, welcome back to my channel. So, today I want to talk to you about taking out the trash. And I don't mean that in a literal sense. I mean that in a mental and spiritual sense. Erica Campbell of the Mary Mary is one of my favorite gospel groups. And she was talking about trash. Hold on to toxic trash, and all they do is spray perfume on it, and pretend like it's not there. Evaluate my thoughts on what toxic is and how I remove things that are toxic in my life, because there are still a lot of things that I've struggled with doing that on, and it makes me think, why do I keep the trash in? And evaluate is what is technically trash in your life. That could be a person, that could be a job, vice, anything that has prevented you from moving forward in your life, or has caused you a great deal of grief, with no type of repair in sight. Trash for me can be very heavy because I tend to hold stuff in for so long before just letting it go. And I also actually went to see Iyanla Vanzant, and the series was called Get Over It, and it was so inspiring and motivating to see so many people there to just release and let things go. So back to the trash. Again, evaluating what your trash is, how heavy it is, and learning what you need to decipher for recycle, if that makes sense, or what just needs to be thrown out completely. For me, friendships tend to always end up in that pile of, is this recyclable or is this completely trash? And right now I'm battling with a friendship that I'm just confused as to what happened. You know, I'm really not understanding the ins and outs of why it has dismantled. And I miss that friend so much. Sorry. But there comes a time in, I think, every person's life, crying, no, where they truly have to start choosing themselves, and accepting that they've done all that they can for friendship, relationship, whatever it is, and of course owning up to your faults. But one of the things that I've learned in this time of trying to evaluate the what ifs and the whys is people really know who you are. They understand exactly how you're going to take things, exactly how you're going to react to things, the same way you know them. So it's important that you take all that into consideration when you start to keep putting the effort towards being the bigger person. Because for the most part, they know what your next moves are going to be, and you never want to walk into something where you have to be so top secret to where people aren't going to know your emotions. But I am starting to learn that this vulnerable side of me can sometimes be a hindrance in me understanding closure, because a lot of times the vulnerable side will get taken advantage of a lot. So again, learning to wait, and then learning to decipher if this is worth salvaging. And that can be a big battle, because we want to salvage everything that we love and everything that we care for, but is that same effort and energy being put on the other end? You know, my mom always tells me, even now at almost 33 years old, to watch how other people talk about others around you. And I'm learning to really pay close attention to that, because now in some of the situations I'm in, I'm remembering some of the commentary about other people that were involved in those people's lives, and how they were treated, and how even in a reconciliation, yes, everybody makes mistakes and they come back, but how the type of language, the type of mentality that was given towards that person, how firm they were in that, because all that means is that the same way that that's happening on that end, it could definitely happen for you, and that's disheartening to accept, but it's toxic at the end of the day. It's important that we learn to pick up on something toxic and completely remove it and say, this doesn't feel good, this isn't right, I don't have to deal with it. And I think that's the path that I'm starting to walk a lot in this life now, in this portion of my healing, is I just don't have to take it. You know, for so long I would say, I need to do this because I felt this way, or I think I made this mistake, or I'm confused how I made them feel, so I need to just deal with their treatment towards me because I don't know if I offended them or not, and it's not clear, so I just have to accept whatever way I'm being treated. And now it's kind of, no, I don't. Regardless of what's happened, who did what, I know who I am. I know what I deserve. I know the type of person that I've been. And I know that at some point you just have to wake up and smell the coffee, as my pretty lady says, and just say, this isn't for me anymore. So taking out the trash is important. In Erica, on her morning show, she was talking about how, you know, if you don't take out your trash, your home stinks. People are fearful of coming into your space, and you stink. You know, the trash doesn't necessarily have to be in the trash compactor or trash can in order for there not to be a stench on you, because once you walk in the house, it's on you. And you know, and you could shower, put perfume on it, like I said earlier, but it stays there until you completely get rid of it. And I'm using all these analogies because it's really cool to think about it that way. You know, your house could smell and you have trash in it, and the moment you take that trash out, it's gone. There's a little air that comes in there, and then you start to feel better about your space. So we need to make sure our spaces are clear and our spaces feel good, and whatever is weighing us down, whatever is not for us, whatever not is supporting our forward movement, we need to get rid of. And that could be very hard, because that could mean a lot of different things. That could mean family, you know, that could mean a lot of people who, you know, are supposed to be right there at big moments and help you through certain things, to just not be in the mix anymore. And it's painful. Oh, it's painful. I'm learning that even in my serenity, and even in my ability to fight for my peace, I still have a war within myself of compassion for others. And that could be hard when those people aren't as deserving. And don't get me wrong, there are a lot of things that we do to others, and their opinions are going to be their opinions. They're going to feel the same way I feel about a situation very strongly about. They're going to feel the same way about how they reacted to something. But we have to live for self. And when we start living for self, it makes it easier for others to live for us also. And what I mean by that is, no, we're not living day in and day out to please somebody else, but we are living day in and day out to make the next generation or someone in your family who's endured to give you peace. We're living to make their lives a bit easier. Values that my mother's instilled in me. It's kind of like a slap in the face when I start accepting treatment that I know I'm not worthy of accepting. Society to start truly taking our power back and opening up the doors for other people who are willing to love you, the type of admiration you deserve. It's time for us to start letting them back in. So thanks so much for watching this video. As usual, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share with family and friends. Also, make sure you subscribe so that you're able to know when new videos are out. I love engaging with you all, so make sure you leave me comments and just share with me how you are going to take out your trash. I love to hear about it. And also remember to be loved.